smells so good. Now it's really burning. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick introduction and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello lovers, welcome back. My name is Marizol and I'm here with this beautiful, lovely soul, Lulu. Say hi.
Hello.
Make sure that you're alive. She's been she's one of my beautiful clients that is allowing me to film her to do a Reiki session. And I have noticed in my YouTube page that you'll see on the subscription down below, down in the comments, you'll see where people have been watching my Reiki session, and I only have one out of my 25 videos. The rest of them have other things in common, say sound bowl healing as well as testimonials. But on the one session that I found in particular, in less than 6 months during the Corona 2020 time, it received almost 10,000 views, which tells me you guys are really interested in what the heck Reiki is. So I'm really excited to show you this session, and since that past video, that was actually done back in 2015, 2016, when I was a Reiki practitioner 1, yes. And so now being a master, fast forward 5 years later, I've picked up a few things, picked up some more symbols, and have been working with so many clients here in Orange County, Los Angeles, San Diego. And I also do distant healings. I've done healings across the world and the next state. No matter where you are, you can still feel that energy. So what I would like to do is show you what an actual in-person Reiki session is. And basically I'm going to be using myself as a channel of loving light. And this is a Japanese healing method. And Lulu here is very familiar with it. She's actually been a client of mine a couple of times and fell in love with it so much that she ended up becoming a Reiki practitioner herself. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean healers don't need other healers, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm going to work with her and move some energy around before she goes on to her vacation, and just dealing with all the changes that are going on around her and in the world. And I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me do this. So right now I'm burning a couple of different incense. One is your sage, and there's different kinds of sage as well. And then this was your Palo Santo, which is more of the angels clearing the room as well. This is used in a process to clear energy above and below the body. You can do this in your rooms, in your homes, in your car, wherever you'd like. But if you're sensitive to sage or the smell of incense, you can always use crystals. And as you can see here, I'm wearing a variety of crystals that helps me with my working of energy and my shaman work, releasing any kind of emotion codes or heart walls. And we'll talk about that later. Right now, we've already done our prayer and called upon all that's to our highest and greatest good to bring in some good energy. And we're releasing energy, so I go down underneath her. And of course I do myself, surrounding myself with loving light, releasing any negative energy, allowing for only loving, positive energy to flow. I say that over her. I'm surrounding her with loving light, releasing any negative energy, allowing for only loving, positive energy to flow. You're good. Okay. Can I get a hair check, makeup check, please? Thank you. Coming.
See, this hair is a little bit out of place.
Okay.
Let's give it a little bit.
Get a little fluff.
It looks full. I love it.
Okay.
I love the baby hairs.
Thank you. My daughter turned me on to that. She was, Mom.
It's a big deal.
I know.
It completely changes like a basic ponytail. It looks so much better if you just take a little bit of...
I know, with those flyaways, why not? Shoot. And we're back. That was a commercial for laying down the baby hairs. Okay. So the next step out of clearing space with the incense, we also use crystals, or at least I do. I use a series of crystals. I have two underneath her, one under her crown chakra, which is the amethyst crystal, and then also a large crystal that's rose quartz underneath her heart. That's going to help channel the love and light energy through her heart chakra. And on the root chakra, if you're not familiar with chakras, there are 7 wheels flowing throughout your body. Within those 7 wheels, we have sometimes blocks within that space flowing up the crown. Root chakra, you have your sacrum, and then as well as your belly area, which holds a lot of our emotions. You'll see a lot of people have bloating, and it's not just diet, lack of exercise, but we tend to hold a lot of stuff in the belly area. It's where you feel the heart flutters. With that being said, you empaths are probably picking up other people's stuff too and having it blocked inside the belly area. Then going up a little further, you have your next chakra, which is your solar plexus. Solar plexus is right underneath the rib cage, and that tends to help us with our ego balancing, knowing who we are, which along with the root chakra, same thing, that fight or flight energy. So the connection from here to here, if it's not clear, then sometimes we have issues with lower back, sciatic, tight hips, all kinds of wonderful things, indigestion.
Worse.
Yes, you can even have ulcers. I mean, it gets ridiculous if you don't release some of this energy, people. It's not good to hold on to stuff. And how do you let it go? Well, that's why she's here. That's why I found Reiki, because I needed to let this energy go. And back to her, we have our heart chakra here, right there in the heart placement. Above that is your throat chakra. Right here is where we speak. So again, if these two are not connected or in balance, we tend to speak from a place of fear. We tend to speak from a place of just anger, depression, not knowing who you are. So if you don't have these two connection with the self-love, as well as feeling that sense of feeling comfort in expressing yourself, you will feel yourself getting blocked as well in the throat chakra. Some people have a tendency to get sore throats, or they have tight shoulders, tight traps. And again, this is not just from a lack of working out or an abundance of working out. It's a balance. A lot of us hold stress in our shoulders. We walk around like this. So we want to make sure that we can relax and let that energy float out. Otherwise, you're going to feel a lot of pain around the neck, which can also be connected to the heart, like I said. And that's not good either, because who knows? We could have clogged arteries and just all kinds of series of things. So moving on, we have the next one is here, our mind's eye. This one is our ability to see without our eyes, being able to know what is to our highest and greatest good, being able to manifest what is to our highest and greatest good, being able to see what is our purpose. And when this is blocked, we tend to have a lot of headaches. We tend to think a lot. We have a hard time sleeping. And if you're able to see auras, the colors in the body, then you will able to see maybe some dark grayness in this space, and people don't understand why. So the self-medication can only last for so long, people, and we have to release that energy too. And how do you do that? Well, keep working through that crown chakra, which is the last chakra right up on top, when it connects to your higher self. That's your spirituality. We have a problem sometimes connecting with something that's bigger than us, and I get that. We have so many different types of religion, which all have the same great main purpose, but then it gets a little convoluted, and so you wonder, what is to my highest and greatest good if it doesn't resonate with me? So pick and choose different things from different religions, or just have some sort of faith, because if you don't have that faith, then why are you here? We need to understand we have a reason to be here. And with that faith inside, you have to know you are guided and you are protected. Believe it or not. I know. You get signs all the time. So when people come into your life and they happen to say, have you heard about Reiki? You can say, yes, you have. Have you tried it? And if you haven't, please Google the local Reiki practitioner in your city, or give me a call if you'd like to do a distant healing. And if you're just feeling simply sick, I mean, I've cured people with COVID, believe it or not. So if that's something that you're interested in, like I said, message me and continue to watch and see what you're in for. All right, so you've been sitting long enough, waiting long enough. I've been holding on to red jasper, which is a beautiful red stone. I'm placing this on her root chakra. That's going to help ground her and keep her in this sense of calmness, so that she knows that she feels rooted in her chakras as well as in her physical body. And then we go a little bit higher into the second chakra. And I'm placing carnelian in between the hands and sending that energy of creativity. This is also going to give her a feeling of courage, a feeling of knowing what she can be capable of, to know that she is much more than what she is doing now, so that she can release that energy. We're going to use carnelian to help release this energy. And this will also release any lower back or sciatic pain that she might have. Because I was feeling that she was getting a little soreness from her hips. Now I know that Lulu has been doing a lot of physical activity, working out these days, and so I know she's got different ailments right now, so this should help. The next stone I have is tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is a very popular one. It's used to release negative energy as well as transmute that energy out. And it's not necessarily always blocking stuff out, but it does help to transmute that negative energy out. And the next one, so while she's got all of those emotions trapped in her belly, we're going to release some of those emotions out of here, her solar plexus, her heart, as well as her sacrum. Okay. And the next one we go to, I'm using green aventurine for her solar plexus. This will continue to help stimulate that loving flow to her heart chakra, keeping it clear.
I love that stone for that crystal.
It's beautiful. It's like a lovely blanket of love. It feels so good. Rose quartz, to me too, is also well known for self-love, self-healing, and I like to wear it around the heart, especially recommend for my clients who are dealing with any kind of heartache, breakups, transitioning from, just people passing through your life that have hit you home, or animals, anything that's caused you any sort of heartache, trauma. This one's a great stone. We place that right there in the heart chakra. And again, she has one underneath her. Okay, we also have sodalite. Sodalite I love too, because this one helps to communicate with compassion and love. And as us Pisces, sometimes we have so many emotions, it's hard to express what we're feeling. And we kind of need to have that moment of download. So if you ever feel like you're dealing with a Pisces and they haven't responded to what you just said, just give them a moment, let them to work through it, and maybe hold on to the stone when you meditate on what you need to speak your truth and know what you need and what you want and what is to your highest and greatest good. We place this on the throat chakra. Moving up to her crown, or excuse me, her mind's eye, we have another amethyst stone I'm going to place right in between her eyebrows on the forehead. Sorry, my hands are cold. And that one again is going to help with her attunement and opening her mind's eye, as well as connecting the sodalite chakra with her mind's eye so that she can visually see as well and feel what she needs to her highest and greatest good. That way she can speak what she wants. We have howlite. I'm placing two different stones on, one on each side of her crown, and I'm facing her crown actually going out towards the window with her feet inside. So that way all of the energy that I'm transmuting goes out the window and out to the universe. So if you ever decide to set up your studio space for you Reiki practitioners, remember to think about your feng shui in the room and working with your crystals too. So howlite, beautiful white ones going next to her ear. I always like to place it on the right ear just to, I don't know, it's my thing. And then I also have this clear quartz, which is to help channel the energy out. So the howlite's helping her to stay calm with her attunement and also to help her feel relaxed. The clear quartz is what's going to help channel all of this energy out her crown and out through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Right in this one here, in the left. Oh, my hands are cold. But yes, it is a little cold. I had that window open too far, too long. Now, usually I have this beautiful pendulum. I have a few pendulums actually that I work with, but this rose quartz pendulum is what I use to let my clients see which chakras I need to work on. So again, if you're interested in working with the pendulum, go ahead and try practicing with it. Just always ask permission first for the pendulum. I'm not going to use it on this session right now because I already know which areas I need to work on. Otherwise, it would go over each chakra to see which one's balanced and which one's not. Since I already have the crystals placed on her body, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Reiki process. That way you all can see what an actual process looks like. The only two things that I haven't done here in the session in the beginning before I even get here is what I call emotion code removal. And again, I use the pendulum for this series because it helps me to understand where the client is feeling the pain, why they're feeling the pain, when they feel the pain, and what triggers it. With that, it's almost like a therapy session, and it can be pretty intensive. So I don't always film that part because it is very private to the client. And since I know this particular client and I know what she's going through, I'm just going to step in and do the actual Reiki process. So that emotion code and heart wall removal is anywhere from about 15 to 20 minutes when we talk about the emotions that she's going through. And then by releasing those emotions, I use a variety of a magnet as well as your Reiki codes, your Reiki symbols. So now I'm going to start with grounding her. I already put the stones on her. And take my hands around the hips and circle them down to the ground, around the legs, circle them down to the ground. And I come over to the crown, placing my hands here, working with her energy, starting the actual Reiki process. I say the symbols 3 times. Shokure, shokure, shokure. And I place my hands in a triangle position right over the crown chakra to connect with her. And before this, we had already called upon all of our beautiful spirit guides and angels to protect us and keep this from being, just keeping it in more of a sacred space so that she feels comfortable releasing this energy. I'm going to take my hands down by the temples and just trying to connect here with her. As you can see, I'm placing my hands about 2 to 3 inches above the body. Right now I'm feeling pressure in her, right there in her temples. I'm feeling pressure around the brain. I feel like she's been, well, I also know she's been doing a lot of thinking. She has a lot of decisions to make, and it's actually throbbing, giving her headaches, and just trying to release some of this energy. It's weighing heavy on her eyes as well. I feel like there's pressure on the eyes. Have you been crying?
No, I just haven't slept.
You haven't slept. I feel like there's a lot of pressure around my eyes.
Yeah, my eyes are very dry.
So she's probably thinking a lot to the point where she cannot sleep. I'm going to bring my hand, one hand over her mind's eye and the other one over her mouth. And this is going to help connect again her mind's eye with her throat chakra. Just channel this energy in and out, in and out. I'm taking some of this pressure out of her eyes so that she can sleep tonight, tomorrow. This will give her a sense of clarity, probably release some of the sinuses too. So right now I'm swirling my hands over the mind's eye with my 2 fingers, using it like a rake and pulling it out, clearing this energy out, scooping it out. And placing my hands again over the mind's eye to make sure there isn't any more work I need to do. So I'm going to place my hand as a fist right over her mind's eye, above the mind's eye. This is going to help clear this energy, slowly opening the fingers one at a time. And my opposite hand, my non-dominant hand, is channeling loving light through this hand, through my body down to her, going through my right. Then I slowly close my hand again so that I don't leave her mind's eye completely exposed. A lot of heat. I can feel a lot of heat in my hands. Oh, my hands are tingling. So now I move on to her neck space, her shoulders, her traps. And place my hands around her neck. And again, as I work through her throat chakra, I can feel the tension around the neck and the shoulders. And just using my hands to channel energy down and out. As I come over to her throat chakra, I'm going to place one hand around each side. Oh, that's much better. Oh, I feel like I can breathe now. There's a lot of pressure in my nose and my eyes. So we just needed to clear some of this stuff out because I feel like she's withholding a lot of her emotions and trying to channel them inward, but we need to get this stuff out. So again, I'm going to use my 2 fingers and circle it around her throat chakra, saying a series of symbols. Shokure, shokure, shokure. And again, pulling it out, and transmuting it down to the ground. I was transmuted into positive energy. Okay, so now I'm going to take my hands and place them around her right shoulder. I always start with the right, working my way down, channeling energy. And sometimes clients feel tingling or coldness, heat. And some clients don't feel anything at all. But I know it's working because I can feel it on myself. And usually I do have connections with my clients. With Lulu, I have definitely felt her connection from day one. Like I said, this is not her first session. Now taking both hands and just using them like a couple of rakes, scraping them down. And this is where people might need to circle the wrists around and crack the knuckles. Letting go of that energy. All right, going over to the opposite side. Again, my hands are placed in a triangle, as you can see here. I'm going down the left arm, 2 to 3 inches above. And she's holding 2 different crystals in her hand, channeling energy there. And transmuting energy out. then I come back to the right side and do the heart chakra, working my way down the body. And I usually place one hand on top of the other, in front of the other, so that I can go clear across the chest. Down through the solar plexus. I'm just working my way down through the belly area. How are you doing?
Good.
How you feel?
I feel a little heavy, like in my heart chakra.
So she's saying she's feeling a little heavy in her heart chakra. What I'm doing is I'm sending her energy, so she may feel the pressure of it. And then we're going to help pull that out, like a cleansing, lifting it out. And again, I do a series of things. I use the chakra ray 3 times. I'm also going to use the hand over the heart in a fist and slowly open my fingers, channeling energy. Stretching the fingers wide, feeling that energy and heat, feeling the heart. And then slowly closing my fingers again so that I can make sure that she's in a safe, clear energy in that space. Transmuting energy out. Good. And then again, I do a series of symbols, which is another way of clearing energy. Hearth. 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 And I come back to the belly area and do another series of symbols, different symbols. Zonar. Now I'm going to come down over to her hip on the right side and work my way down the legs. Like I was saying, she has tight hips, so we're going to try and move that energy down and out through the legs. My legs are starting to tingle.
My legs are tingling too.
She says hers are too. Although my feet feel cold.
Yeah, my feet have been cold.
Yeah.
Since like we first did the prayer to like call upon, that's when my feet got cold.
Yeah. So I'm just going to place my hands on her feet right now to give her some warmth. But also it's more of loving light. And the reason why both of her and our feet are cold is because when you feel spirit in the room, it's a very, very chilling, cold feeling. And it's not a bad thing. It's just to let you know that they are here. It's definitely a different energy. They vibrate at a different energy level. So usually the hands or the feet get really cold. Your legs get chilly. It's almost like you have that ice cream headache type of chill where you feel it in the back of your neck. But we always feel it in our feet, in our hands, in our arms, in our legs. So just know that somebody's trying to contact you, and don't be scared. Just ask them what they want. They'll tell you, if you believe. But I don't think you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe in something that was higher upon us, or bigger than us, connected to us. And if you're still not a believer, that's okay. I appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget to click like.
And subscribe.
And subscribe. Thank you, Lulu.
Thank you, my feet are warmer.
Good. Now we go to the left hip. So I can still feel the energy channeling through my legs, and so I always have to crack my toes, circle the ankles around, crack the ankle. And all of this just goes through my body super quick. It's not even that long. A lot of people ask me, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm so okay, so okay. But I need to have that connection with my clients in order to help them. And then I do another series of symbols around her feet to ground her. Setting intentions of grounding, feeling secure, feeling confident. Good. And I come back up to the crown, working with the spirituality side of things, doing another series of symbols. Come back to the belly area and start working here with, again, a different symbol. And then to give her some inspiration and feeling a desire to have that purpose and to live her purpose. This is a very, very powerful symbol. Really fires up the belly area, the creativity side of things. Continuing on. A little bit of pain on the right side, going to the left. What's going on here? A little TMI, but are we PMSing soon? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. I should be in my period any day.
So I was feeling her cramps, people. A little TMI. But yes, you can feel those things when you're working with people. We hear you.
I know my stomach's been talking the whole time. I ate before I came too, so I shouldn't be hungry.
Oh, these are not hunger pains.
No?
No. So right now her stomach is gurgling because we have energy moving inside. She said she ate before, so it's not that she's hungry, but your stomach will make sounds. My stomach makes sounds when I'm channeling the energy, especially when I'm doing the symbols over the belly area. You will definitely have things moving. And most of my clients need to use the restroom after they're done. Mm-hmm. But it's all good. It just means it's working, so that's good. Yay. All right. I'm going to bring my hands down. Then I come back to the very top and use my hands to fluff the spirit and just bringing it to a very nice, open, airy space. Keep her grounded. I also like to use sound equipment. I'm starting with my Tibetan bowl. The Tibetan bowl is a little deeper sound than my crystal bowls. have different Tibetan bowls you can use for grounding. This also tends to move energy, the vibration. And I place it right above the belly area, working the way up and down. Through each chakra. I also walk around the client using Tibetan chimes. This is your air chime. Allowing her soul to feel light. Allowing the body to feel light. It's one of my favorite instruments. Working with a crystal bowl, a different sound. I have one for each chakra. This is for her heart chakra, so I'm going to bring it right above the heart. Again, sending those waves of sound. Feeling that energy through the thunder drum. And we slowly come back with energy, grounding the body in the Tibetan bowl again. Slowly come back, Lulu. And that is the end of our session. You're going to see as she slowly comes back, and I'm going to take the crystals from her hand as she brings energy back to her body. Sometimes it can be so relaxing, people fall asleep. And there and there. There and there and there. And what I like to do is also check the chakras to make sure they're clear. So while she slowly comes back, working through the wrists and the ankles and the toes and the fingers, I'm going to ask the pendulum if I can use it for a chakra balancing. So if you can see the pendulum, it's right here going back and forth when I say, may I use you for a pendulum? Beautiful Reiki chakra clearing. Good. And then I ask, is this information only coming from the light? And again, it goes back and forth, back and forth. How do I know if that's a yes or a no? So I ask it, will you give me a definite no? And it circles around and around. And again, if you do this on your own, it might be different for you. It might be the reverse. And then again, I ask, will you show me a definite yes? Good. Now, I go over the chakras and I ask, is her root chakra clear? Yes. It's going back and forth. I go up to the next one. Is her sacrum clear? And it is clear. I go to the belly area, working through there. Emotions, be gone. Not that she's emotionless, but she's released a lot of stuff that she no longer serves her purpose. She'll have more clarity on what to do next with those emotions. Then we have her solar plexus, her ego. She is going to be loving herself, so this is perfect. We go to her heart chakra. Is it balanced? Yes. Good. We go to her throat chakra. Is it balanced? Yes. We go to her mind's eye. Is it balanced? And it says yes. And then again, her spirit, her crown chakra. Is it balanced? And it says yes. So we have done our job. I always kiss my pendulum to say thank you for allowing me to use it for a Reiki clearing. And then I also give thanks to everyone that has shown up here today for this Reiki clearing for Lulu. So I want to thank Lulu.
Thank you.
And your spirit guide and my spirit guide and all the people that you asked to come forth and all of my Reiki masters. I also want to send you there in the camera watching the viewer some loving light and know that you are guided. And I want to thank you for watching and being curious about what a Reiki session looks like. And maybe you're interested, like I said, please do check out your local practitioner. Google more information on it if you're not really fully understanding that way it works, I guess. But all I know is it works for us, and we seem to be very clear and happy. So I just, again, want to say thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm sitting here with my good friend Lulu, who had just finished her Reiki session as well as her emotion code clearing. I also helped her with a sound bath, doing all of this beautiful equipment here. As you can hear the chimes in the background, all the way to the top. And I just want to get her opinion after receiving her first Reiki session with me, as well as the sound bath. How you feel?
I feel a little kind of lightheaded, and I was really thirsty. I'm still thirsty. I noticed that my lower back pain is like less than it was, so that's good because it was really hurting before I came in to see you. And I just feel like lighter in a way that I can't really explain.
What about your shoulder pain, your neck pain?
My shoulder's still a little tight on the right side. Like I had been experiencing tightness on my right shoulder, and my knee, and my hip, probably since the quarantine started, and then on and off the lower pain in my back. So I feel like I can actually take a deep breath now, whereas before I felt like I tried and it wasn't really deep enough. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It's almost like you have a clear channel to breathe openly.
Yeah.
You don't feel like something's pressuring you and holding, restricting your breath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was getting the Reiki, my legs got cold and I got chills. Also, when I was on the floor and you were doing the sound healing, I got the same chills like down my legs. So that was a very interesting experience, but I recognized it, so it didn't freak me out as much as the first time. But it just felt like good. It definitely felt like I was releasing because I could breathe better. So that was interesting. And at times when I felt you releasing, like my throat, and I felt like almost like I wanted to burp, which was really strange for me. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
No, it's good. This is good. Yeah. You seem very calm and like you just woke up from a nap.
Mm-hmm.
A very relaxed feeling.
I am very, very relaxed.
Good. And you were saying about the different instruments. What were you feeling from the different instruments?
One of them, I think one of the first that you used sounded really, really loud to me.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like it created pressure on my head, which was, strange, but I just kind of like took deep breaths through it. And then the other instruments were, I feel like, a little bit more soothing, except for the one that sounded like, I told you, a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That one scared me, and I just kept visualizing like one of those Chinese dragons, they have at the festivals, like flying around. That's what it sounded like to me, like really like fierce, but not in a bad way. And then after that, the instrument that you used after that was really like, again, soothing. I really felt some of the instruments like all like through my body, like vibrating, like I felt it, but especially in my head. I don't know if it was because I was closer to you, but like I just felt it really, really strongly. And even during the Reiki, I felt like my head, it just felt lighter, I guess is the best way that I could describe it. Not like I was lightheaded, just lighter.
Mm-hmm. Good.
A lot of different things that I was feeling.
Oh, good. Well, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to do this session for you, and I look forward to seeing you in yoga class. Thank you,
Yes,
Lulu.
thank you for taking care of me.
Namaste.
Namaste.